Hello viewers, and welcome to episode 2 of the Shadows of Blackmore campaign log. Before we begin, there are a few things I would like to address. First of all is the massive gap between this video and the last, which is more or less due to college, work, and mainly me being a lazy bum. The second is the lack of the character intro that I promised in the last video. The original plan was for each player to voice a quick intro for their character that would play when their characters join the party. Unfortunately, I was not able to work out a schedule that would allow all of my players to record their lines, and some of my players who had to leave the campaign partway through, I just wasn't able to reach. With this in mind, I've decided to simply give a brief description of any new characters in the intro segment just to give some context. Another thing I would like to talk about is the magic system in this setting, or specifically the game mechanics side of things. For this game, I decided to try out a third-party magic system called Spheres of Power, which is rather awesome. It completely replaces the normal Vanakin magic system of Pathfinder, and well, D&D and by extension Pathfinder, with a talent point-based system that allows one to more or less make a sort of customized suite of magical abilities. The character Makarov, played by Coulter, is actually a class from this system, and as are both of the characters introduced in this episode. Those characters in question being Luna, an electrokineticist of noble lineage, and John, a traveling priest devoted to the Archangel of Life and Healing Vetarian. So without further ado, let's begin.
Alright, so essentially, last session, the bounty hunter, Royce, made his way to Blackmore, hunting a quarry, a mad, murderous priest. The sailor, Richard, in a drunken stupor, managed to board a ship headed north as part of the Blackmore expedition and made his way, stumbling off of the boat to the frontier town of Edenridge. And Makarov, the traveling merchant of the north, had set up shop in the very same town. Each going about their own business, they were suddenly all drawn into conflict when a group of thugs began attacking the marketplace. Armed with spears and other weapons, they began ransacking the place only to be stopped by the three suspiciously well-armed bystanders, though not without cost, for alas, Makarov was shot by a crossbow bolt in the chest and fell unconscious in a pool of his own blood. When we last left off, the fighting had just come to an end, and the Rao Merchant Association guards were rushing to the scene. 4 of the guards which last session were chasing after the one thug who punched one of them arrive at the scene just as the signs of fighting stopped, and I'm assuming Royce is putting the manacles on
the head guy, yeah.
On the one larger thug who was knocked out. The only no, there was 2 survivors, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, one of the other guys survived.
And one of the guards, a middle-aged man with a well-kept mustache, says, "What happened here? What happened to him? Is he injured? What was all the ruckus?"
Say, thugs attacked the market, so we took them down, but he was hurt. He sent for help.
All right, and patch him up. Bring him to the guild hall. Both of you points at Royce and Richard. Come, join us at the guild hall. We'd like to talk to you. Just try and get an idea of what happened here.
Do they take this guy, or am I leading him towards the...
One of them takes out some manacles and locks up the guy in the cart. You can lead the other guy if you want. One says, You want me to take that mouth breather?
I nod.
Alright. Say, one of them, burlier guy, picks up one of the unconscious thugs over his shoulder, and presumably the captain of the guard, yells to the marketplace, "Crisis averted, people, return to your business." And the captain begins walking towards the converted guild hall. Again, it's technically the old town hall from before this place was abandoned. The Rao Merchant Association has turned it into their base of operations for this little expedition. Alright, any of you guys want to do anything? They've brought Coulter, or as I should say, Makarov, in on a stretcher of sorts, and they've bandaged up his wounds so he's no longer bleeding, and they're bringing him to the guild hall.
Yeah, I'll just follow them to the guild.
Alright, and quick question, what are John and Luna doing in Blackmore Province, this corrupted land? I mean, there's an expedition funded by the Rao Merchant Association, paying for a trip north, and there was talk among the Church of the One and the Seven of launching a crusade to cleanse the evil from the place. So, is either of those what is bringing you here?
I'm looking for a place to, Luna's looking for a place to test her magical skills, to
Alright.
gain knowledge of how to better control her magic.
Alright. That's actually going to be pretty good later. And what's John doing?
I was looking for books to increase my spell power to be able to heal more.
Alright, getting more knowledge for... Because I'm assuming, because your monastery is devoted to Vitrian, it's some kind of more of like a hospital then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, the captain of the guard, turns out his name is Marcus. They motion they keep 3 guards outside with their alert, with their muskets. They're keeping a much closer eye on the square than they were before. And he brings you in, just asks some basic questions, who are you, why are you here, who are these thugs, why'd you attack them, basic stuff like that. And Makarov is brought up to a side room where a small infirmary has been set up, and nurses start properly treating all these
Talk about how I nearly single-handedly took out these thugs and.
Is that going to be a bluff check?
Yeah.
Or...
Wait till I
Wait.
Not
15 bluff.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he seems to be very impressed with your job. Does Richard have anything to say about this? Technically having the higher kill counts. I mean, he's still wasted, but...
absolutely.
I thought I could slip it by him.
I accuse this man of I know these people. I know.
No, you don't know.
Nope, you guys don't even know each other's names yet. You're random strangers who got into a fight.
How does this character play though? Like the last game.
He was drunk.
He was drunk.
So honestly, we haven't really gotten the chance to know Richard all that much, so all we know is that he was a drunken sailor who accidentally made his way to the most dangerous province on the continent. Yeah, he got drunk and passed out on a boat that was heading here, and they discovered him in the cargo hold and kicked him out. And he was just heading to, and he realized his hangover was about to, kick in, so he was just going to the local bar and was about to, get hammered again, when a bunch of bandits came out and started stabbing everyone and stealing stuff.
And most of his kills were accidental kills.
I don't know what these bandits were here for, but that man over there, He's lying.
You gotta believe him, he's drunk.
I'm proud of my
enough.
kills. I killed more men.
He may need some infirmary time as well.
He's
Sleep off.
Just a bit.
lying. I'm sober.
Sober.
I've been
He-
sober.
he
for at
says
least
to the
10
wall.
minutes.
Yeah, right. He's waiting the other way. Not this way.
Hello, officers. Hi, how are you?
All right, and the Richard, yeah. Richard says, "Well, all right, that was informative."
Marcus.
Marcus. Yeah.
He's Rick James.
I'm trying to remember all of my random
Rick
NPCs.
Henry Jameson.
Also known as Rick James.
All right,
Okay.
so
Call me Rick James at your service. At the wall.
Rick James.
So, seeing as you did the job of my men for me, pretty much, and caused and assisted in the protection of the goods of merchants belonging to the Rao Merchants Association, well, it's not my place to say. I'd imagine that at least some sort of compensation would be in order. So,
I would hope
I
so.
will try
Naturally.
and set up a meeting with one of my superiors if that would be agreeable.
I will not compensate.
All right, then. How about whenever you said what did you say the weapon merchant's name was? Did you catch it?
I didn't catch his name.
Well, when he wakes up, I figure that's a good time. I'll try and set up a meeting. In the meantime,
I'm pretty sure he hit his head though, so his word may not be as
So,
credible as mine.
in the meantime, though, please feel free to stop by the mess hall, get some food.
I appreciate it.
We owe you for this. I appreciate it. In the meantime, we'll get to work interrogating these thugs over here. See what we can.
Can I get my manacles back?
Yeah.
I mean,
These-
that's not really
They
necessary.
clamp another
Well, I
set.
may need him to.
They give you your
I
manacles
can
back.
make you a new pair.
What's the Scotsman preferred drink?
Presumably,
What is she?
actually, I don't
I
know.
don't know. We don't know yet.
No, he just.
I mean,
asked
he's a
for-
sailor, so probably rum or
Rum,
whiskey.
yeah, makes sense, yeah.
You know what I'm ordering in that meal hall.
Yeah,
Alright.
I go eat. Right.
Yeah, we have meal on the house. If I remember correctly, you guys were heading to a tavern anyway, so it was about noon, so.
Well, I mean, I'm not.
You're having wonderful dreams. You are watching the little hammer and anvil wielding sheep hop over the ice walls. It's a wonderful dream.
Sounds like an amazing dream.
Sounds so beautiful and majestic.
What are John and Luna doing at this
I am sleeping in an inn nearby.
It's midday, but
Midday.
like maybe you got here and it was a tiring journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of bunkhouses, converted bunkhouses.
By the way,
so-
how much gold do I have? I was never
No,
that
105. You start.
I'm just
Where
wandering around.
Next page.
And you're not even awake yet. So.
Honestly, yeah, I'm not even up, so I wouldn't even care.
I'm just wandering around,
copper pieces.
There's a reason I'm doing
half
this.
pretending I know where I'm going, but kind of lost.
105 gold pieces?
Yeah. You heard some commotion earlier. You're pretty sure there were some gunshots, but yeah, it was in the other part of town.
Yeah.
How am I going to incorporate both of you into all of this?
Make another bandit spree happen.
No.
The chances
Shall
are
we
two.
go on a murder spree of bandits?
Genocide of the bandits.
Bandits are
Bandito
real.
side. Alright, just give me a moment here. Would you guys be willing to, Are you guys particularly well known, at least from, like, a local level?
Me?
I think
Take
He's talking
Lucas's
to
characters.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean,
Have you done anything? Have you
I
guys
haven't-
just arrived in Blackmore?
I haven't done anything since I've traveled as I have a cloak that I wear.
I've been traveling
over
around
my
and
head,
I'm very,
so
fairly
nobody really
Luna
knows my
has
face.
been traveling around and has been fairly friendly with most
Alright.
people she meets, so.
So I think I'm gonna have to do the good old notice board. The Rao Merchants Association has a notice board of sorts set up in the town square, which various jobs, both official expeditions by the Rao Association and various, other odds and ends are posted. There is an advertisement or a poster up for experienced explorers and warriors and physicians wanted.
I'm interested.
Pays well, please inquire at the guild headquarters.
Do I see this as I'm
Sure.
walking out of the inn, and so I'm walking out of the inn and I see this bulletin board, and I'm pretty well. Does it say any amount of gold or any amount?
It just says, good
Rewards.
pay, guild
There you go.
benefits.
Okay.
See the world.
I guess I'm
Yeah.
pretty interested. All right, so I'll
Yeah.
wander over towards the guild hall.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Oh, and by the way, what do your characters look like?
Hold on a second. I am a male human, age 25, 5'11", weighs about 120 pounds,
So you're a scrawny old one,
Yeah.
little monk.
and I have blonde hair and blue eyes.
All right. And
So I'm a female human, age 21,
Oh, hey.
and
We don't get a lot of those.
and Luna looks like a really pretty young lady.
okay.
No.
Really, I guess.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
On a scale from 1 to 10, a 7.
Well,
I mean, she has a 17 in charisma.
What I'm hearing is the polar opposite of my character.
Coulter's like a grumpy, 45-year-old blacksmith.
Actually, 43.
And mine's a young,
Hair color,
joyful
like-
female who's age
So-
21.
I'm literally just your stereotypical I sit in front of fires all day sort of big old burly man.
So
I'm
you're
your
just sitting in front of the
stereotypical
fire wondering
joyful-
when life will take you.
Joyful person who goes around.
Are there any
long
bringing joy, I don't know.
codes on this board?
I wonder.
No. It's not one of those universes.
Alright, so
Ugh.
so we're
Okay.
wandering
Just
towards
a reference.
the guild hall several times.
What are you?
So,
mage?
Coulter,
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially, elementalist.
elemental.
Coulter, you regain consciousness a couple of hours later.
Finally.
You are bandaged up.
No time to sit in front of the
Did
fire.
Royce and Richards stick around to the guild hall to wait for him to wake up, or
Oh, she's right.
I went drinking in the meal hall.
all right?
What is it?
John.
No, it is John.
Jahn.
What?
No.
Jan.
Too bad.
That's not. What?
So
Don't question
Royce,
I'm questioning.
Royce sticking around, or
Yeah, I'm gonna eat some food.
all right? It's better fare. It's better fare than the tavern.
Yeah. I'll do whatever I can.
And
Quality.
eventually a
It's only a +1.
I'm
a-
highly
not an
intelligent.
orderly, but I guess a nurse comes up and tells both of you your compatriot has just awoken. His
Jan.
wounds have been bound, and he seems to be healing nicely. Would you like to speak with him?
Sure. I have a few cuts and scrapes I could have attended to as well.
You should have told us.
Right.
We'll be happy.
I was hungry.
I'm gonna.
She just ruined his head something.
As soon as I'm conscious, I'm gonna get up and just start walking away. To be honest, I got work to do. Like, I ain't got time to wait around.
This man unconscious wakes up immediately, gets up.
No,
and
my
starts
weapons.
moving.
Like I got like stuff to sell. I got a living to make.
What if you can?
I don't have kids at home.
You're so
Then
lonely.
they have no reason.
Never seen a tractor.
I got a dog to feed. I got a horse to feed. I mean,
Oh yeah, where did you leave your dog? Like I
with
knew
the horse.
at the inn.
No,
So it's
on the
the
outskirts of town. I do oppose.
Oh, you were too cheap to rent a boarding house.
Don't you live here?
He's a traveling merchant.
That makes more sense.
Nice.
Basically, I buy all of my materials when I hit a town. I bake what I need to
Bake?
at a local forge, and then I sell them.
Yeah.
so you basically town forge, rinse repeat
I think there's like.
for your 45 years of depression.
Oh, 43.
Hey,
Close enough.
And in all reality, only like 13 of those were really depressing. So,
Okay, let's get this on track because we are running out of time.
You
Okay.
realize now that
members
nobody
of my
can
family been murdered.
So are you actually just getting up out of bed despite your one whole hit point you're currently at?
Wait, you're up one
I mean,
hit
I'm-
points?
I'm not groggy, but I got shit I need to do. Like,
Stub still.
You're so groggy you don't realize
All
how
right, so you
tricky you are.
see, just as Royce and Richard are walking out, you see a bandaged and limping blacksmith hobbling his way out of the infirmary. A male nurse trying to don't leave. We still have to treat your wounds. It's gonna be a couple days until you're healed,
I got stuff I need to do. Like,
and that can wait. You'll just hurt
Can I
yourself.
coincidentally
What
walk
about
in
my
on
dog?
this?
Medical bills are expensive. I get it.
I get it.
I'm gonna have you guys come in a little bit later.
Okay, that was nice.
Yeah.
You guys have been, if you guys applied for the position, you've been told to meet up the following day
Okay.
at the guild hall.
Yeah.
And you have an appointment with the guild master.
I say Smith.
I'm just gonna stare at you.
I say, you should probably rest. Say, I can handle any affairs you may have for the price.
I can't imagine you're even capable of forging the fine weapons and armor that these hands have produced over the 30 years that I have been in business.
Continuity error.
I'm gonna roll.
43.
I'm 43 years old, but I've only been smithing for 33.
I'm gonna roll a bluff check.
No, you've been smithing when you
But
were
I'm
born.
also-
You were
What
born.
is your
It's really
Oh, my bluff is -2. So I'm at a disadvantage. I'm gonna try it.
Hey, culture.
13?
What am I rolling?
Sense motive.
Lucky for you, my sense motive is a +2. I got a 5!
What?
I'm great at this shit. I'm full of
I have thrown away weapons that are more well made than anything you have even seen.
like this shit. That was like 3
You
AGs!
said you didn't pray with dice masters.
Ugh.
That's your fault for not praying to the dice masters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say that. I
Yeah.
tell him that I've
Alright.
thrown away weapons that are greater than anything he's ever crafted. Oh, alright.
You think that he is telling the truth. Or at the very least, he thinks he is telling the truth.
I'd love to see some of those weapons sometime.
So, once you have gotten your rest, maybe I will show you some of my.
You did pocket all of the stuff, right?
Pocketed all the gold!
I got
Nice weapons.
Yeah, go buy some.
I know
install
you did see those things marked on Dr. Norman's health elixir.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, I'll. Hey, actually, try one of these. Don't let the nurses see you though. Not FDA approved yet.
There's an FDA here.
There is a nurse right behind him.
Well, shit, I guess I'm drinking it.
The nurse says, "No, not one of those. Not that crackpot, Dr. Norm."
I'm like out of my mind. I got 1 HP. I'm drinking this.
All right.
You got stuff to do. You need to take
Yeah,
this.
it's a glass vial about big. It's got label on it. Label on it. Dr. Norman's fabulous healthy elixir. It's got a cork on top.
Does it have like any ingredients on it at all?
It doesn't have an ingredients list.
That's before ingredient. Honestly, this is before that was required.
All right. And you are. Is it you're drinking it?
I'm drinking the thing.
You heal 2 hit points.
Gorgeous. 3. I can go back to work.
That's all you need. Wait, how much hit points do you have, Tate?
6.
Okay.
I'm after HP as of right now. That's a fourth of mine.
Oh, don't worry, it's fine. I'm just gonna sit in the back, and I have a running skill, so I can book it out here if I need to.
Yeah, so I give it to him and see that's that'll be 10 gold. I'll take 5. So you helped out in the fight, I'll take 5.
Oh, you and the merchant, you and the association are going to get along swimmingly.
How does a fine crafted bow sound?
Better than this.
You don't even have bow making culture. You have everything.
Don't you have to
at
roll
once.
for bluff then?
Aaron, how does a fine crafted bow sound?
I have a pretty sweet bow.
Materialize one.
Oh!
Oh, culture.
This is a masterwork bow, finer quality than any you have ever seen.
This is
Including 50 arrows.
Can I roll a perception or a sense motive or something?
Yeah, the nurse is looking very confused, seeing
Weird interaction.
as you literally just pull the bow out of, hammer space.
I practically literally just. Wait, I have to roll for it. Hold on.
No, not for
No,
your
not for
weapon
that one?
creation,
Okay.
only for your actual, sphere effects.
Literally pull hammer off the belt, swing hammer mid-air, bow forms, grab it, hand it to you. With 50 arrows.
I take it as a natural bow. It's all.
It
It's a real
seems to be,
bow.
it's a solid bow, and it seems to be of fine
Yeah.
craftsmanship.
Not gonna disappear when.
I'm not saying anything.
Can I roll a sense motive or a perception maybe? To,
Sense motive, I guess.
okay.
Or if you have knowledge arcane.
I don't.
Knowledge arcane would put you in a better spot.
11 sense motive.
It's a bow. It seems to be all nice, and this is actually better than the bow you currently have.
Alright.
I think. What?
I have a composite longbow.
Yeah, this is a masterwork
It's a
version.
masterwork version of the same exact bow.
Okay. Thanks. That sounds good to me.
I'm just gonna walk out the door.
Oh, got him! I still have all the
Did you-
damage
did-
so I mean.
And the nurse says, just do remember you did tell him that he has a meeting with the boss tomorrow.
Oh, I'm just gonna keep walking.
And the what should I name this male nurse here?
Kevin.
Jake. You know what, Kevin? Yes.
That bow is gonna disappear.
Kevin walks out and says, "You have a meeting with the boss tomorrow in the morning. He wanted to talk to all of you guys who were involved with that scuffle. Something about a reward."
Honestly, I'm just gonna wave behind me, keep going.
So yeah, you still have a bit of a limp, and but yeah, you go back to your stall. You see the guards are still working, putting all of the bandit corpses into body bags, cleaning up you're putting out the fire,
Not me, wasn't me. I promise.
putting out the fire.
It wasn't me! I swear.
But yeah, your cart seems to have, or your stall seems to have escaped any major damage, and it doesn't even look like any of your merchandise has been stolen.
I'm going to pack up my merchandise and I'm gonna go rest.
Can I?
Sure.
Can I ask him if he wants to? He seems like he's had a very frustrating day.
Yes, he has.
He's a very frustrated person, and I think he should lighten up.
What, with a
and
drink?
Yeah, with a drink.
Any other day, I would say no, but please.
By the way, Aaron, by the time
Why are you guys
on
turning
me.
all of my no-name NPCs into recurring characters now?
There's a
Dr.
Kevin,
Norman,
so
he's
like.
the greatest.
What do you expect?
So yeah, he sits down with you and downs a pint.
So, by the way, by the
Eight
time I hit my
pints?
spell, that bow I gave is already gone.
Yep, it dissipates into mana after.
It's okay, I'll see you tomorrow. It's okay. I go.
Cheapskate.
I look at Kevin. I say, "Who do I speak? Who do I see about these?" And I point at the cuts I have.
I can have Grace take a look at it for you. She's an intern, needs to get some practice. She's still pretty good with the basics, though. And she sends you to the infirmary. They patch you up. How much damage did you take?
6.
And between the treatment and just straight up using heal on you and the rest, you're going to be at full by tomorrow.
Sweet.
Yeah, still a bit sore, but
What about me?
you, because you left, you heal a hit point per level per night's rest, so you heal 1 hit point.
Did I take any damage?
Quality.
I don't think.
So
I don't
you're
think you did.
so you're back
No
at
idea.
4.
Yeah.
So you're at 4, Colton.
Which, after, having a couple drinks with Kevin, he
Completely
Kevin's
forgot
such a nice
that you
guy.
got hurt.
and one of the other physicians, bandages you up as well, so.
At the bar.
No, after you've passed out.
After you passed out drunk, she just
With Kevin.
picks
Alright.
you up and just.
So is there anything besides,
Does it pay for any of these drinks?
they said it was on the
It's
house,
Let's
so.
just go on the. Okay.
Another round on me.
Yeah, the bartender's looking, or actually wouldn't be really a bartender, more of like just like a cook, not really quartermaster, but is getting a little bit twitchy with all the drinks. And cuts you off after a while.
Yeah, I'll have a couple drinks and then I'm gonna go
Yeah.
rest. I'm
Just
sure,
back
I'm
to
sure
the-
the room is comped as well, right? Cool.
Oh yeah.
I don't need rooms.
I can play.
I had my whole mission. I slip on bales of hay.
Alright, so without any other substantive things you want to do, like no buy-in or in the market or anything you guys want to do?
Is there anything in the shops in terms of healing related books or enchantments I can learn?
No way to learn new enchantments. You do find at a couple of the stalls, you actually manage to pick up it's a little bit outdated, but a copy of, crap, I need to come up with another famous physician's name.
Carl.
Sokolov. Sokolov's, an anatomy textbook by a famous physician named Sokolov.
Okay.
Which it's going to cost you, if you want to buy it, 50 gold, but it will count as a masterwork tool, giving you a +2 bonus to all heal checks.
How much is it again?
50.
Jesus, like that.
So-
yeah, rather not.
So Luna's has been walking around, and this is her second time that she's a bit lost again.
Bad sense of direction.
Yeah, not too good. So she just now is starting to look for maps. Does she find any?
No.
No.
Lots of different boarding houses and that have been converted from old abandoned houses and taverns and stuff. A couple proper taverns. Again, the main sort of feature of the town of Edenbridge is well, the docks and the guild hall.
So I don't seem to find any maps.
Nope, you will
Okay.
pretty much be able to find your way to the square.
Yes. I eventually make my way to a hotel and then
Yeah,
stay there.
yeah,
And-
Yeah, it's gonna be like a silver.
Yeah.
For the night. Okay.
Do I make any money off of my wares?
Roll me, because I'll be nice and say it's the end of the week. Make me a craft check. You can take 10 on it if you wish.
No, I'm good with that. 24.
You make half that in gold pieces in profit.
Cool. 12 GP.
Nice.
I can actually afford things now.
Alright, so it's the next day. The sun rises. Any of you staying in a boarding house, not in the guild, you hear a tale of a fight that went down in the market square yesterday, and about how a couple of well-armed explorers and shopkeeper managed to fight off a bunch of bandits. They're currently in the guild hall.
I spread some tales about my deeds.
There once was a hero named Ratgother.
Oh god.
Just bards start coming to the town, just like start singing about him.
Yes, you need to be that knight, the knight from Monty Python and the Holy Grail who just had the entourage
Yes.
of bards constantly
Yes.
singing for you.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so it is actually, everyone here does have the meeting scheduled with this guild master.
So when we go there,
Yeah, we'll wake up and
You said
I
to
guess-
meet in the morning.
I wake up with one of the worst hangovers you could ever see.
Fortunately, there is tea in the
I don't need tea. This guy's got healing magic.
Unfortunately, it ain't gonna help
This
with
guy.
hangovers.
This guy, not this guy.
Alright. Well, technically, he does have a percentage chance to remove poison whenever he heals, so technically that would count.
any chance that I got that
No, I
vial
mean,
back from him?
That
The empty one?
Yeah.
you can
Yeah,
order
sure.
one of those.
Vials are important.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's got the label on it, so.
I mean,
Got any more
like
of
a
those?
red liquid in there, she'll be all set.
Just
But actually,
get
it's-
another one.
It's actually not red. Actually, Dr. Norman's fabulous health elixir is it's more of like a murky, like sort of quartz
like
color.
dark yellow color.
It's like a murky quartz color. It's got a kind of like sharp and acidic taste, but it has a little bit like a chalky aftertaste.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I love
Do you
this.
actually have another one
Yeah.
besides the one? Okay, I borrow that thing.
I'm gonna fall for that again.
Can I borrow that?
Can I borrow that fake bow that you had the other guy?
I guess I take for one.
No, Garrett's got one.
Like, here, I'll trade you. Hey, I'll trade you this really great bow for all of your other weapons. Coulter, I'll trade you this really great bow for all of your other weapons.
This bow has been in my family for generations.
Well, it depends on whether you are summoning whether you're pulling an
Wait,
archer and summoning weapons to you, or whether you are creating them from mana every time you
Can I
manifest them.
steal one of the potions from him?
I wasn't really sure if I got the vibe that Richard was a thief, a sailor.
But I'm desperate.
You do know that tea helps to cure hangovers, and healing
I
potions
need a
are
lot of
Don't
things.
you got more alcohol, too?
Supposedly cure hangovers, but
If you got more alcohol, just cover it up with rain.
Best way to cure a hangover is keep drinking.
I've got a meeting in the morning.
That stopped you.
Would that stop you? No, but
It hasn't stopped you before.
Yep. You make
I need the money to buy
you
more
make it back
alcohol.
to your you made it back to your little camp. Your dog What did you name him?
Caesar.
All right. Is happy to see you and starts, licking your wounds and stuff.
Cool. Let's go burn it all.
But you know what? Dog saliva is an anesthetic. I'll give you a bonus hit point for it.
Ooh, nice.
Can you rest? Does he get,
I have 5.
full?
One hit
No,
point.
from resting,
You're one off of Tate.
Yeah.
From resting, you regain a number of hit points equal to your level. All right. So, is there anything else you guys would wish to do before heading to the meeting?
I'm gonna bring my horse and my dog with me this time in case I get mugged again.
Inside the kill dog.
Is there like a trinket shop?
A what?
A trinket shop?
There's going to be some merchant stuff. Again, most of the shops are going to be catered towards explorers and adventurers, so weapons, armor, rope, camping supplies,
Like. a
miracle
trinket-
drugs of dubious effectiveness.
Yes, that's what
That's what I'm looking
Gotta
I.
get
Where,
this
where
miracle
would I have
drugs.
to buy that?
Make me actually a.
Yeah, where would I find? Yeah, I think Luna would also be a bit interested in some healing supplies or some
Nice.
potions.
All right.
So, what should I make a roll?
I'm thinking that is going to be diplomacy. No, not the. Depends. Are you asking around town or just looking with your eyes for shops?
A bit of both.
Which one is higher, perception or diplomacy?
Where's diplomacy?
You as well. Which is higher, perception or diplomacy?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were
Where's diplomacy?
Perception,
Perception is higher.
All right. So roll perception, both of you.
12 plus what?
Wisdom.
I never did
plus-
this. Wisdom. That's
plus
0 plus 1,
So-
and I have the bonus
plus
in
one?
it.
Wait.
So what's that? What would that be?
Oh, okay. That's
Plus wisdom, plus
Yep.
your skill ranks.
So that's
and it's
0
and it's
plus
a class
1.
skill, so it's another plus 3.
What?
So 4 plus 12. That's
No, you have a point of
16.
perception, so it's 1. Oh no, it is. You were right.
16.
All right. So you.
I got a 14.
All right. So both of you, actually, seeing as you're both looking for a an herbologist, potion monger.
Medicinal substance.
I'm looking for something that's gonna make me feel good.
You're both wandering around, and both actually eye a small shop set up away from the main square. An older woman sits behind it with a mortar and pestle, grinding up various herbs. And it is marked above it medicinal poultices and elixirs.
Okay. Yeah, I go over
scam
there.
her over.
All right.
Maybe bump into
Oh,
And you run
pretty
into.
female over there.
Sup?
Just happened to bump into.
So
Just happened to bump into and
I swear,
knock
we're gonna
over
create
and
a
cliche.
romance.
He's gonna set it up, and then Garrett's gonna have to.
Alright.
Please do that. That would be hilarious when it comes back.
Does he have to make a roll for that?
He's drunk and stupid. He's just like, cute.
Awesome. Drunk. I'm not drunk anymore. I'm just.
Okay.
hungover.
Hello.
No, I like bumping cliche accidentally.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
I smack him with my quarters.
No, I don't actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to the electrokineticist.
I wasn't actually gonna do
Yeah.
I just noticed.
Okay.
This specimen over here.
Fine.
The
You find this.
How old is your character?
I don't know.
25.
25.
Wow, he's
It's
young.
not
Okay.
I'm
The
adult already.
lady behind the
Oh.
shop says, "Can I help either of you with something?"
Hello.
Healer.
Help.
Hello,
Do I
I'm-
have any? No.
She's looking between the two of you, trying to figure out which one of you to.
You go first.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll let the lady go.
Thank you, sir.
May I help you?
Full advantage of the situation.
Oh boy, let's just keep going.
Okay.
What do you do?
What race are you with this?
What?
What race are you?
Human?
Oh boy. This is like an all-human party, isn't it?
It is.
Yes.
You just watch. Nathan's gonna play like a freaking tiefling or something.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna play already.
Oh no.
I was gonna play a crusader, like Teutonic Knights.
There's Vont.
Prussian.
Oh, that's actually perfect.
Yeah.
There is a Prussia
There is a
analog.
Prussia.
Yep, there's also a Poland analog.
You.
I say we invaded.
Poland strong.
Okay.
Prussia.
So I asked, excuse me, do you have any health any health potions or potions that might boost your strength, the strength of
She.
like mana or something?
Wait,
Maybe.
Poland.
You're looking for
Raider
something to
Prussia?
boost your casting skill.
Yeah, boost my casting in or healing.
All right. She has minor. She has 2 health potions of approximately the same effectiveness as, actually slightly lower, but and she doesn't have any buff potions though.
Okay.
She's an herbologist,
Okay.
mostly
Um,
just remedies.
How much are the health potions?
The proper health potion is 50 gold.
50 gold.
Yep, there's all kinds of smaller, just like non-magical, sort of more just herbology, alchemy.
Okay.
Cures, which are basically just going to give like a +2 bonus against like disease to get diseases out of your system.
So this will cost how much gold?
The you can buy a dose of the essentially just the medicine for 10 gold.
Sure, I'll get one.
All right.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Luna
Herbal,
says,
general
thank,
herbal. Yeah,
thank you very much.
it was a pleasure. You, sir.
And I start to
Hello,
make my
fine.
way.
Madam.
You need something for a hangover.
You don't know me.
She reaches down, gets some leaves, and pinches some out into a small cloth bag.
Yeah.
Here you go. Boil this in some water and drink it.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, I'm a Tiabu. I'm
not,
British,
I
so
don't
my
have a
dad's
hangover. I just like tea. But
8 gold.
8 gold. What
Wow.
is this trademark?
Fine, I was joking. It's 8 silver.
8 gold. What is this freaking...
Wait, did you keep all the coinage?
Did he?
I haven't been paying
Now.
attention to
Oh, he
it.
has no money.
Can I get like an IOU or like?
I can imagine you growing up quite the time. I'm so
I'm going to meet. I actually fought those bandits over there.
He was with the guy who saved
I haven't
the
been-
I actually fought
With
those.
the-
I was very
You
brave
can
over there. when
You
they
can
were
ask the
bandits.
nice sorceress lady for a loan.
I'm about to.
Sorry.
I will do anything, literally anything for that reason.
I'm about to.
Wait, I need to actually find out
Get
how
some-
much money I have because I haven't been keeping
I'm about to
105.
obtain some money.
I know,
so
but
if,
But I got
like
the
in
crossbow,
an
I
hour or
stayed
so.
in the end, and I spent 10
So
gold
if
on
I-
that. So does
But
any of that
I
count,
will-
or
can I?
Just ignore it. It's very funny.
fine?
8 silver pieces overrated.
What?
Fine. She digs around in her stall and pulls out an official-looking printed document with the emblem of the Rao Merchant Association. Here is an official letter of credit from the Rao Merchant Association. She pulls out a quill pen, dips it in some ink, writes in the price and a deadline for payment, and an interest rate after a certain number of days. It says,
Cheap 40 silver.
It will only be a few hours. I promise.
understood. Just please sober up and be remember to pay me back. Just sign here. Be sure to pay by the deadline. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
I hope it helps.
How long does he have?
Use your receipt. Use my receipt. Use your receipt
Um,
for my receipt. Thank you.
A day, then it starts charging an interest rate at 50% a day.
I go back, make
Smart
some
lady.
tea.
Alright. It
Work.
seems to help.
Yeah.
So, and are you're
My finest, whatever I wear on, go over to the meeting.
alright. And you guys are, as you may have guessed, all in the same meeting. So you run into you two run into each other again.
Who?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
The two of you in the same meeting.
you again.
You were told by the clerk
They step
behind
away.
the desk, manager's room. Go up the stairs towards the back. You'll see the guild emblem on it. There's chairs there. Just wait until. Oh crap! It was Thomas. What was his last name? I know this. I should have written it down. I didn't introduce.
You did mention it.
No, Thomas.
You like writing things down, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Why not Dumont? Thomas Dumont.
He's the head of the guild here.
Yes, of this branch, of this expedition.
Can I have one of your finest documents?
You just got sober.
I'm not gonna not be sober. It's just one drink. And then another.
All right.
Say that.
So his office is well. You're pretty sure it was originally the mayor's office back when this was a town hall before the town was abandoned. It's pretty nice. It's been refurbished like most of the hall. Nice maple desk with a variety. Well, lots of papers, stacks and stacks of papers, and a fancy ink pen. And what seems to be off in a corner, a sort of copying machine. If you've ever seen the copying machine invented by, I believe, Andrew Jackson, it is essentially thus, wherein a quill is mechanically linked to an identical quill, and so when you write with one, it's duplicated on the second piece of paper. And a globe and various other, there seems to be a safe somewhere off in the corner, and various nautical charts up on the walls, along with a single painting of a merchant ship.
Is there like a name of the ship underneath? Or like, is there the name of the ship underneath, or is it just?
Belfast.
Okay.
And
What's a
after,
mighty fine vessel?
the character is a sailor, so. And after about 10 minutes, a man walks in.
So is my character takes in this or no?
Yes,
We are.
everyone is
Okay.
in this meeting.
Before the man walks in, I'm gonna sit there staring at the painting, admiring it. It's actually a part of my character. He has a little bit of a taste for art. Thinking in the back of his mind, like how this makes him feel, sort of what your typical art fanatic would do.
How does the painting make you
Just sort of like.
feel? Alright. But a man walks in,
That moment when big burly blacksmith has a taste for art.
brown but graying hair. He looks like he could be in his 40s or 50s. He maybe just hasn't aged well. Generally short cut, brown but graying hair, goatee, brown eyes. And he says, thank you for waiting. I simply had to finish up some work.
I show up now.
All right. I see our last member has arrived. He goes behind his desk. There's various, actually fairly nice chairs around the room.
Alright. Glance at you as I walk in.
So, if I might get down to the chase, lady and gentlemen, three of you are the town heroes, as it were, from yesterday's shenanigans. Two of you have been selected from a number of applicants for this particular position. I have been meaning to put together a team of problem solvers for some time now. Problem solvers not directly linked to the Rao Association. It would be the duties of such a position would generally be light. It would simply require that when called upon, the lot of you would be willing to take care of problems that have been impeding the expedition. Namely things such as bandit raids, monster incursions.
What type of monsters?
It depends on where you are in Blackmore. These areas are mostly clear, but there are a variety of horrors lurking in the forests. Various other things, possible protection of cargo trains and cargo ships and supply trains.
I say, before we get ahead of ourselves, I thought we were brought here to discuss payment for our services.
But of course,
Yes.
to the three brave gentlemen, for your services in defending...
Just finish one job before we start.
For your service... I simply figured it would be easier to schedule one meeting to discuss all of this.
I'd just like to make
So
sure
right off,
I
in exchange for the protection of Rao-associated merchants and the peace and civility of our frontier town here, I am offering 75 Imperial gold coins to each of you. And deliverable either in cash or as goods or credit, whichever is most to your liking, and in any currency denomination that you would wish.
Seems fair.
What type of goods are there?
Oh, this is the biggest merchant. They're practically a Elizabethan megacorp. They can get pretty much anything.
You can get a super, a super flaming laser death sword.
Yes.
Gold piece.
Coulter.
What?
This is per person, right? So
Yes.
How much can a light combat horse carry?
How much liquor can a light combat?
No.
So,
That is a genuine question, by the way. Because
I actually don't know. It's a
Okay.
good amount.
Book.
Because
if I can get mine in raw goods, that means I can produce more weapons, which means I can sell things, which means I can make more money off of what they give me. Because I totally don't charge.
the light warhorse has a...
We should have a list of all.
You know what we should do? We should,
A light horse has a strength of 16, meaning... Yes, it's downstairs. It's going to be... So you go down the stairs, go towards the door, and to the left.
Just so that way you can keep track of it all.
I'm also gonna.
So, Coulter,
Where is he going?
a light horse...
Last year.
Yep. Can carry 76 pounds of material without being encumbered.
Okay, one with saddlebags.
I think that's just for carrying them. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't increase carrying capacity.
I have a pack saddle one, so that's why I'm asking. Because the more I can stuff into a horse, the better off I am.
Does the horse have
How
power?
much you like your horse? How much
Does
you
the
like your
horse have
horse?
power?
You guys good friends? Or?
I don't even have a name for him. He's just kind of there.
He's just
You
son.
I don't like him at all. No.
I totally just
His name is Horse.
It's not my fault the bone disappeared.
Sorry.
I never said I was
Wait
using
until he
magic
levels
ones.
up, then it will last for 2 minutes before it disappears.
Force light. 110 gold pieces.
Alright.
Basically, I'm going to ask for half and half, if that's okay.
Alright.
I'm going to
So-
ask for half in raw materials.
So 30.
You said 75.
Yeah, so 37.5 gold in a denomination of your choosing, and 37.5 gold worth of goods. Usable in crafting or whatever. Or just as, hey, I want 37 gold worth of, like, metal or wheat or...
I'm basically going to ask for 37 and a half gold worth in raw metals,
Alright.
which I hope my horse will be able to carry.
If you have like a cart, yeah. How'd you get your stand then? Just built it on the spot?
I buy the materials on location,
Okay.
I forge them on location, and then I just move on.
Alright.
And I just steal carts from people, like, this one's sitting here vacant.
Well, oh, you guys do technically have a cart now.
Sure, yeah. And a
The one
horse.
from the bandit.
And a
Only
horse, right?
slightly bloodstains.
Is that a light horse? Is that what
Just
you-
some lemon juice.
They had a heavy pack horse.
What is it? What did Deadpool say? Lemon juice and what else?
What?
Baking soda. Gets blood. What gets blood stains out?
Something like that.
I'm gonna
It's
take
like
that
lemon
horse
juice
if,
and baking soda or something.
it's okay with you guys?
Yeah, again, only slightly bloodstains.
Only a couple bloodstains. They'll just
And a
bump
bandit
right
head. Don't forget the bandit head.
out. No, we didn't roll the mileage back. It was really not used that much.
Say, what has been done with the thugs?
Body bags. And, presumably they were interrogated, and that's what he's gonna say. Just
No, are we talking like Guantanamo Bay interrogation, or are we talking like Inquisition level interrogations?
I'm fine with that.
Alright, but enough with the heroes. The gentleman and lady here, from what I can gather from their applications, are quite capable in and of themselves, and as such, I was hoping to form a team of problem solvers centered around you lot. Again, it would be a rewarding position. The pay would be good. It would not be structured hours. It would simply be to make yourself available when needed, and even when not actively working, you would receive many of the benefits of membership in the Rao Merchant Association
those
without
benefits?
the associated fees and responsibilities.
What are those benefits? Can you name just a couple? For
A
me?
reduction or outright, or the ability to outright ignore various tariffs and taxes placed upon our goods, free use of our various workshops and labor facilities, access to free or reduced lodging in association-affiliated taverns and boarding houses, and of course, generally preferential treatment when it comes to the speed at which guild-related papers are processed.
Is there any way from, like, for instance, if you walk into a town and look at the signs, any way to tell, like, if it's associated with this group to...
Yes, they
tell-
have essentially a stamp, an emblem, that merchants associated with them will put on their signs. They're kind of like a labor union.
Okay. So you'll be able to tell if,
Yeah.
like, there's stuff there.
Where are these expeditions that you've mentioned heading?
North, ever more north. We've only managed to properly secure the very southernmost fringes, not even all the south, mainly just the southwest around Edinbridge. We are gradually pushing expeditions ever further and further north, mainly to scout, but also to attempt to clear away monster infestations. It is our hope to, at one point, have the entire coastline clear, though from what reconnaissance tells us, it simply gets worse and worse the further north you get.
I can personally testify toward that.
It's good
Although
to
I
know.
will mention, if you head far enough north and you're polite, you will hit a very pleasant region.
I guessed that you were a northerner. Well, we of the association do not discriminate based on homeland. Everyone is equal in trait.
Except for no.
In the eyes of... But right down to business. I am willing to, to those of you who should accept my offer, to, in addition to the benefits described therein, to pay 200 imperial gold coins, or an equivalent currency thereof, to each of you. If you are able to deal with the source of yesterday's bandit problem. See, my men managed to question the 2 bandits that were left alive after yesterday's scuffle, and we learned some rather useful information about them. That they have set up a camp in the western forest and have been using this camp of theirs as a staging point to raid various supply caravans coming into Blackmore. They've become very successful. They also, this was rather annoying in getting them to talk, seem to have great respect, but also incredible fear for their chief, their bandit chief, some monstrous woman named Matilda. She seems to have all of them scared into doing her bidding, and is no slouch when it comes to a fight. We don't...
Is it knowledge, do you have any knowledge of if they're working with any other larger groups?
Not that we were able to...
That's the main source.
Not that we were able to figure out. Bandits tend to be
Were
pretty
you
independent.
able to get about a estimate of a number count?
Nothing solid, but we were able to surmise anywhere between 15 to 20.
Only
Okay.
group, that's small.
Yes, which is why it's concerning that they've been as effective as they are. And
Are they using tactics brought up by any other
Seems-
anything similar to anything you've seen in the past?
just mainly standard highwayman tactics. They work in fairly large numbers. Six or so bandits armed with a variety of weapons, some running out, some in the tree lines, attacking a poorly guarded supply train and killing or intimidating all of the workers therein, making off with as many goods as they can carry and leaving the survivors. And I would not expect, even with a lot of you, to take on the entirety of this group by themselves, but I believe that this Matilda character is the key. She has all of them. She seems to be the mastermind behind it all and is keeping them in line through fear. If someone were to, say, capture or kill this character, I'm fairly certain that the rest of the ruffians would scatter to the winds without a leader.
Do you know
Does-
whereabouts?
Is there any preference as to capture or elimination?
No comment. I only want them out of the picture. They're costing us way too
Fair
much.
enough.
And whilst we weren't able to get a specific location, we still have something to go off of. You three heroes there should remember that there was one of the thugs who assaulted one of the guild guards, yes, to distract them. Well, it rained 2 nights ago, and this particular character ran into the woods. His footprints are still very much visible, and from what I understand of your skill sets, Royce, I believe your name was. I believe tracking is among your talents.
I could figure out where he went.
Good, that's what I like to hear. So, do you wish to accept my offer?
I accept.
Could always use the
I'll
extra coin.
accept.
I'm not going to turn down materials for free.
Everybody's in agreement.
Excellent to hear. It would be most excellent if you could be equipped for such a journey and begin by, say, noon.
Anybody need some weapons?
Do you have any staffs? Not helpful.
All right. And he says, well, in that case, he produces a wooden box from his desk, opens it up, and on it are a list of a bunch of contracts. You may read them at your leisure. Once you are finished, you may simply sign down here. It's all fairly standard.
I'm reading the whole thing. Anything off?
It's pretty much what he told you.
Pretty standard.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
essentially,
Can
etc.,
I
etc. The guild is not responsible for what you do because you aren't official members.
Any sort of
You know, benefits are contingent upon working in the interests, of your employers and working in good faith, all that general stuff.
any poorly phrased or questionable.
Not particularly, they seem to be fairly simple, straightforward contracts.
Okay. I know with a lot of contracts, especially from big guilds, they'll throw like little things in there.
No,
Like,
indentured
you sold your
servitude
soul
or
to
something
us.
like that.
Excuse me, but this is your
Now I'm going to pick cotton
Oh,
forever.
You're basically a slave, but we pay you with credits that you can only use in our guild.
Guild store.
We're
Oh,
a peon.
Which charges an exorbitant pricing.
Capitalism, ho! Alright, so, with that, is there anything that you guys wish to do? Any introductions to make between characters that haven't met? Any supplies to be bought?
I
Stay.
stay.
Is there any staff? Would a staff help me?
Nah.
You
If
can
you're
pay
homeless.
off my
Is
debt.
there any books that, or is there any charms that would allow me to increase my spell power or my?
Not that you can afford at this level.
I'm gonna stop by the infirmary because I still feel like crap.
Hold up, can I heal
Guys,
him?
I messed up.
Can I heal him? Can
Um,
I heal him since the day's gonna end after this, right?
Yeah.
So then, can I heal him?
So you're
No,
saying you're
days-
heading to the
days just
infirmary.
beginning.
So yeah,
Yeah,
we're heading
It's just gone.
I stay and I want to speak with Dumont before
alright.
I head out. So once
So-
everyone leaves, I'll speak with him.
So, John, do you have any particular sort of incantation or prayer that John says when he's healing?
It's Jan.
no,
Jan?
maybe big boy.
No.
I don't know.
So you're healing for
I don't
one
know.
spell point. If I remember, it'd be
Yeah.
3d8 plus 1.
Hold up. Where's the
Super
DA?
excessive. He doesn't need
Uh,
anything.
Where's the DA?
It's the pyramid,
It's-
the double
okay,
pyramid
yeah.
ones.
What do I need?
3 and add 1.
3 and what?
Add
And
one.
add 1 to whatever the total is.
Do I need anything else or no?
No. that's
Wait, my
it.
healing is 8, so.
No. You're
That-
using
that's
your
not-
heal magic, not your
Sorry,
heal skill.
catching cats.
Okay, what's my heal skill do?
It's for non-magical healing, like bandaging.
Ah.
35.
Okay, I got a 6, a 7, and a 2, so that's 15.
I think he's full. Yeah, he's full.
Yep, Coulter.
Coulter,
Every single wound on your body is healed with, this glowing holy radiance. It feels amazing.
Walk
You're
right into your shoulder for the
yeah, yeah, it does.
I ain't got a lot of that yet. It's just in my nuts.
Heck, even your very scarred and worn,
Callous
calloused hands are not.
No! I gotta get my back.
These are my working hands.
Ghost sticks hand in fire.
Okay, good again. All right.
Am I back in full?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you are more than very capable.
Sticks hand and fire
How much
decreases
health did
back
I
to
heal
the health
for
that you
15?
gained.
Yellow 15.
I get to know the lady a little bit better. And then I go pay off my debt.
That's like a kid for allowing one of the party members to be a girl.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this shit.
How old are you? 21?
Yes.
Yeah, it's old.
Where I come from, we court our women by wrestling a grizzly bear with our bare hand.
Actually, it's more of like a half arranged marriage where yeah, grizzly bears.
I'm buying how much would it be to buy an entire box of that tea?
Honestly,
10 gold.
you're still screw Garrett over, aren't you?
What? He's the alcoholic.
So, hangover remedy? So, I guess, like, what? 20 doses of hangover remedy?
Yeah.
He's gonna come back and be pouring out like all this hangover remedy and be like, "What did you do?"
He's gonna look at this and go, why do I
Gee,
have a
Dad,
relationship? Why do I have all this hangover remedy?
I pay off my debt too.
Alright. Well, you weren't lying. That was fast.
Take 20 minutes.
Alright then. So, again, any preparations to make before heading out?
I've got my hangover tea.
Just want to speak with Dumont before I go.
Alright. Yes, you wanted to talk about something?
The reason I'm in town is I'm searching after a priest who recently burned his congregation at the stake. So I spoke around town and heard that you may have some information on his whereabouts.
I don't remember anything myself, but as a gesture of good faith, I shall get some of my scribes and interns on it, cataloging local intel and rumors. I shall try and have something for you by the time you are back from this little
I appreciate it.
task of yours. No, my pleasure. I believe this will be a fine business arrangement.
For your information, 8:40. That's done.
Yeah, we're going to try and get at least one combat in.
Okay.
So,
I'm ready, sobered up and ready to fight.
How are you?
Good stuff.
I'm sober and ready to fuck. Well,
Cool. Maybe after this.
I can get you some partner stuff if you want.
Like,
Oh!
I fight drunk, but
You okay?
not today.
Oh!
I'm cutting down on my alcoholism.
Lose one hit point.
Now that I've got this tea, I don't have to worry.
what time is the store open till?
What?
10.
10? Okay.
Now that I've got this tea, I don't have to worry about the mornings.
The mornings.
Alright. So make me... Alright. So it looks like if there's nothing else to do, like, you guys gonna buy food or just kind of...
I have some. Did we get an estimate as to how far they were, or further than a week out? Probably not. A week there and back.
Well, the camp itself is, from what they could gather, by horse, it took them like 3 days to reach Edinburgh.
Took me like
Okay, so I should be good
here.
with my
And
ration.
that was presumably them keeping on what at least what passes for roads in these parts. So,
So it might be a little longer if we.
and again, you do have the carts acquired from them.
How many horses does that cart require to hold?
One.
Just one? Do you have a horse?
Yeah. Do we need the cart?
The cart would be nice. I mean, we
Carry
can carry
back.
the entire
Carry back.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can carry all of my raw goods. And eventually I'll retrofit it with like a small forge in it, so I can just
Well,
like forge
we can
some-
carry back all the items we get from these guys as well.
Yeah.
So,
It would
Which
be nice.
I'm so glad you said that because otherwise most of your loot is going to be stuck.
yeah. So I'll hook that horse up to the
Which one?
that heavy horse that was already hooked to the cart.
Oh, okay.
It's not a warhorse, so.
It's just a heavy horse, but I'm going to be riding alongside it in
I thought it was a light
Your
horse.
dog with you?
No,
Is
the
it a
dog.
riding dog?
You can try it.
What kind of dog?
German Shepherd.
Gnomes can ride them.
I'm going to throw him in the cart itself, just to sort of like.
Alright, he's pretty happy. He's sitting up at the front of the cart. You know.
Sitting on the horse.
Actually, you could. I'm going to be honest here. Like, you could do it.
Is this setting a line though?
Huh?
Send him
Is this
into the
setting-
bathing.
Gentlemen.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Go well.
We're still doing stuff, so.
We were just about to get to the first proper
Is this-
combat. It's gonna be
Is this
short.
setting
You
a
can
line?
sit down and watch.
No, it's a custom
It's a
one.
book? Okay.
Nope, it's one I've come up with.
Okay,
I'll get more.
Does it have a name?
Hmm?
I was just wondering if Pressure had a name.
I'm still working on that.
Okay.
Alright, so it looks like it is time for Royce to earn his keep. The one of the guards points you towards the tracks that they said belonged to the one ruffian that got away.
18.
Alright, I'm assuming you're following it on horse, so.
Following it on.
Like horse, you're not following it like on foot, because that's going to take forever.
Yeah. Sure.
Alright. So you're able to figure out what did you say that you got?
18.
Oh yeah, that is more than enough.
Oh, that's
you
good.
realize that this guy is stuck to being in the woods, but he's generally following the western road. It's just sort of actually popping in on it to get his bearings, presumably occasionally. And things pretty much go without a hitch until eventually, after 2 days of travel, after which I'm assuming you guys have gotten to know each other, at least to some degree, made acquaintances. Talks.
Yeah, I'll generally keep it myself, but.
Yeah.
I'm slowly plotting my demise for the beginning.
After about 2 or so days of travel, if everything seems quiet, you hear some, at night, you hear some wolves and coyotes and stuff, but nothing too dangerous. Nothing that'll come after you after a fire. Because again, these southern regions don't nearly have as much of the magical corruption as most of the lands, so it's mostly normal creeps.
And then basically everything
Until
else is
eventually,
going to
the
heal.
tracks veer off the road and just into the woods.
Do I get a plus?
A +2 bonus from your favorite enemy?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, so that'd be a 20.
Yeah. And it's just going off into the woods where you won't be able to take the cart.
What's your favorite enemy? Humans. It's dark.
Well, I'm a
I mean, yeah.
Alright.
I'm just
So-
tracking them down, capturing them.
And murdering them.
Tracking them down. Oh, I always bring them back dead.
Okay. So, again, you guys are going to have to dismount from the cart. So what are you going to do? Just tie it up with the horses?
I leave my guard dog.
Yeah.
Wait, how open? Where are we in the woods?
Yep. You guys took the western road and you're
How
a ways out.
how crowded is the woods?
It's the same as just about any other deciduous forest. There's room. You aren't like having to squeeze between trees or anything, but still, it's a fairly dense.
I'm gonna bring my no, I'm not gonna bring my horse, but I'm gonna leave my guard dog. I'm gonna order him to guard the cart,
All right.
which is one of the orders I gave him. Woof.
Can I scout ahead?
Yes. You guys trying to be stealthy?
I'm trying to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll be stealthy. Yeah.
All right. So
stealth
you're
on
going out ahead then.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't be
So, do we roll perception or stealth?
Roll stealth.
actually.
12.
All roll stuff?
that. I'll roll
Um,
stealth.
It depends. He said he was going out ahead to scout. So
I'll go with him. I'll go with him to look.
what's your stealth skill?
Follow me.
My stealth,
I'm
it's
just gonna casually
it's
walk around.
Dex, which is
We know what some character descriptions for these guys.
I believe 6.
Yeah.
We did
plus
He's a
whatever.
hot chick.
Oh no, I mean you and me.
Because I get +3 and plus my modifier since I have
I'm
that.
like
And then +1, so that's
6'4", pretty muscular.
6.
Black, silver
Yeah.
hair, blue eyes.
So what's
Yeah,
that total?
brown ham.
And then I need to roll.
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I'm fine as well.
15. So
All right. So what did both of
21.
you get?
21.
21 and
Stealth?
Yeah.
12.
12. All right. I find it funny that the mage is stealthier than
Yeah,
the
my
ranger.
stealth not very good.
I'll
That moment when your blacksmith is stealthier than your freaking bounty hunter.
All right.
This is armor.
I roll name.
Bring me some better armor that doesn't have a.
Oh, you're going out
-4
ahead as well.
check penalty.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll leave,
Anywhere.
we'll leave the only
Naked
person that
tavern.
can heal us behind.
Okay.
Please leave tied up to the cart too.
Guys.
what?
We're tying him to the cart.
Oh god. I hope we would bring our healer with
Our
us.
cleric.
Why are
Alright.
you tying him to the cart?
So how,
Run away like the dog.
about how far away?
Stop running away.
About how far away is the scout party going?
He might.
About how far away is the scout party going? From the rest of the group, that is.
Say wait a couple minutes and then follow. You know,
All right.
Don't want to be too far ahead in
Yeah.
case things do go down.
So,
Not too
I'd say
far.
I'll get most of it.
Alright. Both of you, or everyone in the scout party, make a perception check. By the way, after a couple hours of travel,
Where is my perception?
it's going to be under skills.
Wait.
After a couple of hours, you guys happen following the
Holy
tracks.
crow.
You find that they come onto a game trail of sorts
Oh, I rolled a 1.
that show signs of feet and maybe even a wagon being moved across them.
I got 19.
That's
So what?
one.
19 perception, nat 1,
22.
22.
I've got a 24.
Am I the
Okay.
only one not in the scout party?
It's not really a scout party.
Yeah, I know.
I'm more in the scout party.
We
Like,
just tied him to the cart. So we don't know.
Oh!
Don't tie your monk to the cart.
okay, so we changed
You don't
to
want
the
him
car.
Because they had
The dog's
horrible
fine,
rolls
but
and
he's
skills, everyone in the scout party, due to your stupidly high perception, notice movement in the trees about, say, 60 feet away.
How much
70 feet.
movement?
It seems to be two, humanoid figures wearing, this would have helped them, but they rolled horribly on their stealth, wearing molted green travel cloaks. Not too dissimilar to the ones worn by the bandits in town. One of them, they both seem to be just walking through the forest,
Can we
keeping an eye on things.
Can we have somebody sneak up on them?
That's what I was going to
Are you gonna give them a blessing?
I ready my bow.
say. What was the best stealth?
Which bow? Oh, wait.
No,
I have a pretty. What's your stealth?
Mine's only one.
Oh, mine's
Hey, cool! Google gave me
That's
100
two.
gigabytes of free storage.
mine's
Try.
6.
Nice.
Mine's 6 in stealth.
Yeah, but you were also squishy, so I wouldn't go up.
Yeah, I'm not going up.
And yeah, you're the artillery cannon.
Yeah, I'm the artillery kid. I ain't going for mine, so I'm
Wait,
gonna.
you're stealth and you're
What do you have for armor?
Anything
Anything or not?
I have studded leather.
Is there a check penalty with that?
Yes, there is. So it is -1. Still though, you got like,
Still better, yeah.
Yeah.
I have no points, but I
and you
have
can
plus
upgrade
one
that pretty
dex.
easily to give it no check penalty. All right.
So wait, what
I'm ready
does
to
check
go.
penalty?
Armor encumbers you and gives a
I'm
penalty
ready.
to certain skills that need
I
freedom
would
of movement, like stealth.
Ah,
All right,
I think we
so
should capture them.
so yeah, if you guys wanted to, they failed their perception checks hard. You could get a surprise round on them.
Ooh.
Let's do that. Let's
do it. Yeah, I want to
Let's
take
surround them and like
a shot at one
Do
of these
you want
guys.
to call me?
like Robin Hood. Like,
You're not with us?
No, I was the only one not running with you guys.
Well, I'm not
Him,
gonna-
him and the priest.
I'm not going to yell out to you because
the blacksmith and the priest.
What's
yeah,
your
let's
stealth?
just surround them.
I don't know. Low. Actually, what?
Your
Wait, where's
Hold
that?
weapons.
It's on the skill
give
sheet.
me your dex.
It's alphabetical.
So around
I don't
there.
think you put any levels into it, so it'll just be your dex modifier.
So like 1.
1.
Yeah. so
Yeah,
you're-
1.
So yeah, you probably
No,
aren't
it's
in the
3.
stealth group.
Surround them.
No, wait.
You're the one that tripped over a rock.
started playing.
At least he doesn't have a penalty.
Consider
I've
about
played
6 feet
characters
away.
with penalties to stealth.
And when they failed
Yeah.
perception,
Yeah.
so
Those are the ones that have
Bells
bells
tied
to that.
Yeah, pretty much. Or wear
If
full
at
plate.
least half. Well, we can run.
Equivalent
the
equivalent of
equivalent
bell,
of
bells.
So I guess we're sneaking up on them and like
If you guys want to.
ambushing them, but not attacking. So we'll.
Is my magic loud?
You're conjuring thunder and lightning out of midair.
My magic
Yes,
is
it's
very
loud.
loud. My magic is the sound of metal hitting metal.
So yes, there would be, you know, a
So-
thunderclap. If
okay.
you I mean, to be honest, they probably won't be there long enough to hear it.
But then anyone deeper in might hear it and they'll be like, oh, there's people.
Can I
Something's
use
going
my
on.
profession bounty hunter to set up an ambush and catch
All
these
right.
guys?
Oh, I have a crossbow. A light crossbow.
13.
All right, I will give you all.
Actually, like, take my favorite enemy on that, so 15.
All right. So you guys spend a bit of time setting up an ambush, following these guys, and I'm going to give you all +1 on stealth and your first attack roll against these guys.
Do you roll for...
Pistol whip.
If I'm not moving any further,
Alright,
do I need
yeah,
to do a stealth roll since I'm already
Yes.
stealth? Okay.
Yes, you need to roll again when you.
Well, I'm not moving. I would just be taking out my crossbow.
All right.
Alright,
And how
so
to
wait,
shoot
are
it.
we,
Let's
are
do
we
this.
shooting? Wait, hold on. We need to agree. Are we shooting? To
How far
kill
am
or
I
shooting
away
to
from them?
injure?
Oh,
I
I'm sorry.
thought you guys were.
Shoot to kill.
Yeah, we should go.
Okay.
These are bandits.
actually-
Think about how many people think.
No,
they're-
but we could get information from them.
We should. I
We've
was
already got
thinking we
3
were
of them.
interrogating them.
Well, I'm gonna kill one of them, and then we can... You guys can
All
do
right.
We
one.
don't know who.
And
Sure,
from your,
one of them,
from your
use
perception
the-
skills,
use the
and
fear
after
from-
tailing them from some time, you see that one of them is just armed with like a dirk, like a short sword, and the other it just has a crossbow propped up
I
on his
would
shoulder.
aim for the crossbow
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Kill the crossbow.
But if he doesn't
So
kill him.
do either of them look like more professional than the other, or?
They look to be, you know, made of sterner stuff than the random like mooks with spears that attacked the town.
But
Yeah.
also they're on patrol, so they're not super high up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, do any of them, either of them look any higher up than the other?
No, not particularly. They've just been talking for a while. You know, just, why do we get stuck on patrol duty again? You know,
Again.
don't say that anywhere near the camp. I don't want to know what Matilda does to those who disobey her. The screams.
So Matilda's near.
She's the bandit leader.
Well,
Hey,
yeah.
Aaron, how close am I to these bandits right now?
I thought
I was not.
you were
moving.
behind,
Yeah.
so.
You two were.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'm
what-
prepping something.
Oh, fun.
What are you doing? Please tell me you aren't going to use.
I'm totally not going full dragon.
No. We're not risking our stealth attack for
Guys, we're going to sneak up on the bandit camp. Oh yeah, Coulter's
Like
dragon-blooded, so he can like a couple times per day turn into like a
Like, no, I'm a full
dragon
dragon.
hatchling and go around
Yeah.
breathing fire.
You just turned into a dragon?
It's not like a full size, right?
Is that
Well, yeah.
armor?
It's like a
Huh?
baby dragon.
Is
Let's
that
go.
armor?
Like seeing a baby dragon
Moderately.
running 60 feet per.
About the same as he is.
how big is the baby dragon?
Bigger than a human.
So,
I'm gonna,
About the size of a horse.
I'm gonna take a shot at this guy.
Which one?
They're both human, right?
Crossbowman.
Wait. Do we roll high enough
Right,
for
that's what we're
perception?
doing
Yeah,
now,
they seem to
right?
both be human.
I'm sure we moved into position and
Yeah.
we're ready to attack again.
Yeah.
As
Alright.
soon as I hear something like a gunshot or some sort of noise, I am pulling a full dragon, and I'm just going.
Okay.
Okay.
Air support, I guess.
I can't
Airs.
fly yet.
No, I thought you could. You picked up didn't you pick up the like
Dragon transformation is my magic talent.
you didn't have enough talents to pick it up, did you?
No, I didn't. I just got the dragon one.
Like
So I
great.
think I look like a dragon.
I could have sworn that you picked up like the avian form and yoinked the wings from that.
No, I didn't. I think that was one of the ones I was considering, but
Alright.
decided against. because
Alright,
I needed
so-
those.
Next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Your shot.
Yep.
I miss. I rolled a
It's 2.
4.
Cool. Should I roll a perception to hear because crossbows
You're-
make noise?
He's a long guy.
Oh, you jerk.
What about
Alright.
me?
Yeah, you can go. What are you attacking with? Crossbow,
Crossbow.
or your
Light
basic?
crossbow.
You aren't
Yeah,
using
that-
your magic.
So are they attacking at the same time?
Are we
Yep.
within 30
Hold
feet?
18
Plus 1, plus your ranged attack bonus, so 2.
There we go.
plus 2.
Plus, yeah, you hit.
So I do 1d8.
Yep, 1d8 damage. You said you were hitting the crossbow guy?
What's critical?
Wait, do I get a crit?
1920. So, nope, you
No,
almost
dang it. Dang it.
Oh, okay, your character seems to have the best luck of everyone, so.
5 plus what else?
Nope,
No,
it's just
nothing. 5. Okay. I do 5 damage.
Fuck! You hit him in the side.
Ow.
And he is bloodied. In other words, he is at
That was
half-
the crossbow guy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And that when I say that something is bloodied, I mean that you can tell that it is at half HP or lower.
Is he getting ready to shoot? Does it look like?
Each of you guys get your free turn, then initiative. Is
Okay. Well, is there anything I can do?
Oh, I thought you were back with Coulter.
Yeah, he
I
was. He was.
So I guess you and Coulter are just like
I'm
sitting
just,
there,
like-
just walking, following. So
Yeah,
like,
I'll just wait to heal them when
Okay.
they're done with the battle.
I'm just like
Are
casually
we
walking
within
around.
30 feet of them?
Does anybody need to
nope. 50.
Okay, yeah, Mike.
heal? 50 feet.
I'm gonna. How loud is one of us?
Very loud.
Okay.
Well,
That's
you.
shot.
One of them's already shot.
And they're a bit out of range.
Yeah. 10 foot is the spread shot.
Okay.
And 15 is the single. More precise.
Other way around, actually. It's a 15-foot cone for the spread
Okay,
shot.
So
It's a very short range weapon.
yeah. So can I slice? I'll slash with my rapier.
You can try and close the distance.
I'll get closer.
Alright. You just move 30 feet.
Yeah.
Alright. You're now at 20 feet, so you could try and take a shot at a -1 penalty, because one of your single shots, you're not the spread shot deal, because it's a 10-foot range increment, and he's 20 feet away.
Yeah.
So because you're in the second range increment, you'd be at -1, but remember that guns ignore all of their armor.
Can he ready in action?
Yeah, he can.
I'm ready and
When they approach you, you can.
Okay.
Let's say a spread shot too.
Speaking, and now everyone roll for initiative.
Everybody?
Everyone in this fight.
Okay.
Oh, that's not me. I would have rolled an
3.
17.
Plus dex.
I mean,
What's dex?
Once I get like
2.
thousands.
2.
So 5,
5.
Oh, you know what? I should have gone for a
12,
crossbow for a weapon.
20. Alright, so it looks as
I just
if
thought, you know, these two
Richard
words
is going
used to be
first.
Just fire.
So since I
The first interaction you
then I-
guys are gonna have
I'm gonna
with me is literally just a dragon.
Oh, get closer.
Just yeah, I'm joking.
I get
Oh no, we're okay.
How long can you hold that for?
I get at least 5 feet closer so I can get.
How long can you hold that for?
Alright.
in the dragon?
I can keep spending spell points and keep it for 1 minute. Master level. I have a total of 4 spell points, so I can keep it
Oh,
for
it's-
4 minutes.
I got a 1 to hit.
How many turns is that?
a what?
A 1 to hit.
Who down?
Each turn lasts.
You rolled a
5
1.
seconds.
Roll the 1, yeah.
Misfire.
So-
Take your weapons, your weapon damage in blast to yourself.
Your weapon
Got
backfire.
max, right?
Do I hear
Is
that?
he rolling?
Yes,
So I roll it.
So yeah.
that's the thing. If you roll real bad with an early firearm,
I'm gonna have to repair that, aren't I?
yeah.
Nice job, your broke is done.
You don't get no kill Garrett's character.
Can we kill Garrett's character?
I hope not. Hey, we know you weren't here, but
I don't have revive, so.
Kill job. I'm sorry. Oh, also, we got you hooked to a. Yeah. 7 friends.
Oh my god.
I hit myself with some what's.
1.
Yay.
Oh.
4.
Ow. Yeah.
Well, good thing we have a dedicated healer.
Who isn't there?
So you guys heard that and you're coming.
Yes, you did hear the explosion and the screams.
So, Aaron, as
I thought it would be a cool ambush, but
What about you?
yeah.
The dice gods were displeased with you.
I'm displeased with Coulter too, so.
All right, next in
I'm
initiative
displeased with all of us.
is Bandito numero uno. The one with the short sword. He draws it. Ah! Ambush! He's going to make a perception check and attempt to. Well, he looks very confused at the guy who just ran out and just blew himself up. And is looking for the arrow that.
So,
Attack.
expression blew up.
He doesn't actually see you, so what he's actually going to do is go.
My arrow or his arrow? Oh wait, I'm using bolt, so
Yeah.
his arrow.
And he goes full defense for his round. He basically sits back, holds up his buckler, and is just focusing totally on dodging any arrows.
should me and Tate roll initiative?
You guys are a ways behind, so.
Okay. Well, I am going to be moving significantly.
Alright, you guys are
faster
running
to-
now.
Yeah.
I mean, no. If, like, within the next few seconds, I'm going to be going full dragon, which, if I sprint, has an 80-foot movement speed.
Nice.
Alright.
If I concentrate on it, I just read up on it. If I'm concentrating solely on that spell or that incantation,
Yeah, it doesn't take a
lasts
spell.
indefinitely.
Yeah, you can just continue to use it. So
Wow.
you won't be able to attack if you're focusing on it.
I know, but if I attack,
So,
focus.
yeah, you're gonna just do that. So make me the requisite roll to see if you are considered worthy of your draconic ancestry.
I am definitely worthy. That is a 28.
Okay, yes, you are very worthy,
Did you get that 20?
17.
Oh.
and you're stupidly high level. So yeah, suddenly Coulter,
The
That's
dragon
full
just
dragon.
like suddenly appears beside you, yeah. A horse-sized dragon. Starts
Alright.
sprinting.
so again, we're gonna try and have to wrap this up because it's 9 o'clock. Let us move. So,
Let's move out of process.
next in initiative is going to be Bandito numero dos with the crossbow. He as well is essentially going to hide behind his compatriot and go full defense for a +4 to AC.
That's not going to do anything.
All right,
To be honest.
it is now Royce's turn.
I'm gonna. Can I use power attack with a?
A bow? No. Power shot is its own thing.
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot at it then.
All right.
Actually, I'm gonna move. I'll move a little bit closer.
All right.
Move off to the side.
Yeah.
Away from the other guys, and then. I'm gonna
The arbalest again. The
My-
guy with crossbow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
14.
With all your bonuses.
Yeah. No. 16. With all my bonuses. I had forgotten.
We'll
my
break off in a
What is
second
their
if
AC?
you need to head out.
What?
We'll break off in a minute if you need to head out.
So close. But the full defense saved them. You would have hit otherwise. Alright, and it is now
What level do I get a second attack?
6.
6 level.
It is now Luna's turn.
Okay, Lunar, I guess.
You,
So there's one that's injured, and then the one's looking for.
Yeah. And do you remember you
Arrows.
need to spend a move
Would he
action.
be paying also attention? Is he
Wait,
just
roll
paying
against
attention
you,
to any
please.
ranged weapons, or just?
He's
crossbow?
doing full defense, meaning he didn't take any actions on his turn, but he's getting +4 to his armor class just from totally focusing on dodge.
Okay, then I'm gonna
I don't have power.
hit
You
the
do
guy
remember
who's.
with crossbows that you need to spend with light ones. It's a move action to reload every turn, so you can't move and fire a crossbow.
Okay, yeah, I'll stay in the same spot and fire it again at the person who's.
No magic.
Well,
they
there
can
was a
see
gunshot,
you.
right?
Yeah.
Sure. What do I have for magic?
You have your
Nice.
destructive blast, which you can turn into your electrical blast.
I'll do that. Yeah. Electrical blast.
Which, if I remember correctly, is a ranged touch attack, making it very likely to hit.
Nice.
All right. Do you have any sort of catchphrase or incantation or anything for when you're using your lightning magic?
Explosion.
No.
It's shocking.
No, just shout explosion.
No, I don't have anything that I can think of currently.
All right. So do you want to describe it in any way? Because you have like the whole
Yeah.
star touch deal going on.
It goes up my arm, like a light glows on my arms in the pattern of, constellations, and then I just shoot out a beam of lightning.
Unlimited power. All right. Make me a ranged touch attack.
That's
So
20.
roll me 1d20 plus your ranged attack bonus.
Fuck. I rolled a 1. Dang it! What do I do?
You miss horribly.
Oh, fuck.
Well, this ambush is not going ahead.
No,
Like one round.
Top of the round. It is
Good thing you have a dragon.
yeah.
It
And the
is,
healer. so what happens to me?
you just miss
Can I start
horribly,
sprinting
and the
towards
lightning bolt just goes up
What?
into the sky.
Shoot.
Catches trees on fire.
Yes.
Yeah. Do they immediately notice me?
I hope
I
you-
imagine
Yeah.
they, I imagine they immediately notice where I'm standing after
Because
that.
when I be
Shoot.
showing up.
Next round.
Next round?
Can I start charging?
Yes, you have the run feat, so you actually aren't as behind Coulter as
Oh,
you
okay,
normally
cool.
would be. You're good at running away from things and into things.
But I mean,
All right. It is now Richard's turn.
Okay. So is my blunderbuss out of commission
Yeah.
this round?
You have a sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I dash and slash?
Just
Like-
run up and stab it. You're already like 10 feet away, so you can draw it and
Has anyone taken a health or?
The
the crossbowman is bloodied.
Okay, I'm gonna. Slash the guy with the sword.
All right, moving up and make me an attack roll.
That's a 17 plus.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. Yeah.
Why do the drunks in my campaigns always have the most kills?
Because it makes it for comedic effect.
Pure accident.
They're so
You know what you
they're
should
so
do to
drunken
sync this
and clumsy
recording?
that they end up just getting the kills.
All right.
That
I
they
should make a
stumble
whole
onto
script
them
out
and
of this whole entire campaign. And
I'm
just put
recording it
into-
all.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Just put it all into a just a
that
script,
would
so that
be
way
a,
we can read it.
5 damage.
And he drops.
Hey, you guys are gonna kill everybody before I show up.
All right.
You're just making noise at this point. The camp's all the way over there. They might hear us.
Bandit 1 is going to turn. No! And he's going to 5-foot step and take a swing at Richard.
Ow.
And he rolled a 4. Which is not going to hit.
Alright. As a free action, while my character is running, he is going to scream.
So roar.
Practically.
Track every single soldier from over there.
That's the goal.
Oh no.
I'm Silva.
You see, dragons are something that not a lot of people want to fight.
Fair enough.
But how long are you a dragon?
I can stay a dragon as long as I'm concentrating on it, which my running does not prevent me from not
It's
concentrating.
my turn.
Yes.
You can stand
How far away?
steady.
Close enough for me to move forward
Yes.
and make a
Let's
melee
just
attack.
start
Yep.
concentrating and
Okay,
start
move
fighting.
forward, draw my draw my
Unless I run
bow,
out of point.
draw my sword,
Can you pick while
and
you're driving?
do
Can you pick while you're
I get a
driving?
bonus? Do I get a bonus for charging?
What can this
Um,
just free fire?
Normally, yes, but you're in like difficult terrain.
Okay.
So
I'll just take a
Which
swing
does
at it.
more damage
Alright.
than any weapon you have.
I
can
16.
fire in their
Yep,
faces.
you hit.
Exactly, let's go.
Oh wait, do you still have that other bow?
Plus the damage
Yes.
with my favorite.
Yes.
12.
It's gone.
12 damage?
Yeah.
Why can I have a bow?
One hit
I
KO.
need a bow. I need a bow. I don't need this dagger.
And that, gentlemen, is where I'm going to have to leave off for tonight.